Quit your belly aching. Well, this morning, it is my hope that we might learn something from a great bellyacre of literature and film.
Good morning, Pooh Bear.
If it is a good morning, which I doubt.
Yeah, now. Did I get your tail back on properly, Eeyore?
No matter. Most likely lose it again anyway.
Poor dear. You know, I may have just the thing. Up, up, up you go. There you are.
It's an awful nice tail, Kanga. Much nicer than the rest of me. It's not much of a tail, but I'm sort of attached to it.
Not much of a house. Just right for not much of a donkey.
Might take a day or two, but I'll find a new one.
End of the road. Nothing to do. And no hope of things getting better. Sounds like Saturday night at my house.
As I contemplated Eeyore this week, and I do regularly contemplate cartoon characters, I realized that Eeyore murmurs. Eeyore argues. He may be lovable in the way that he does it, the manner that he does it in, but he does it. And he murmurs and argues about himself, of course, but others as well. Here's a quote from him describing some of the other animals in the forest. No brain at all. Wait a minute, let me try to do it as an Eeyore. No brain at all, some of them. Only gray fluff that's blown in their heads by mistake. And boy, have I said similar things about people in my life, criticizing them for what I consider their lack of intelligence, their lack of sense, their lack of whatever. I'm a pretty good murmurer. Are you? I'm going to ask you a question. Has anybody murmured a little bit, at least inside, about the way I'm dressed this morning? I didn't dress this way to incite any murmuring in your heart, but I guess I didn't dress to prevent it either. I just dressed the way I wanted to dress because I think I look kind of good in this shirt. Any murmuring about anything that's gone on in our service so far that hasn't gone well or right? Anyways, I just bring these things up to prove a point. It's human nature to murmur. And even those of us with God's nature within us, by the power of the Holy Spirit, we still got human nature in us, and we can be prone to do it. Paul would not have written to the Philippians and told them not to do it if they were not prone to do it, as you and I are. So as lovable as he is, Eeyore murmurs and he argues. He disagrees. He debates. If somebody were to say, Eeyore, you're a good-looking donkey, he would argue against that. If you were to say, Eeyore, I love you, he would say, and I know he said, nobody loves me, nobody cares. So, Eeyore does murmur, he does argue. Does Eeyore, but, okay, let me back up on my script here. Philippians chapter 2, verses 1 through 15, I have dubbed this passage the do-do passage, because 2 times we're told to do something. Or not do something. In verse 3, we are told, do nothing from selfish ambition or conceit. And then in verse 14, we are told, do all things without murmuring and arguing. So I think there's a connection between murmuring and arguing and selfish ambition and conceit. Eeyore murmurs and argues. Does lovable Eeyore have selfish ambition or conceit? Does lovable me? Does lovable you? I believe, yes, because we're human beings and we're sinners. You see, self-focus produces arrogance or produces self-loathing. Arrogance says, I'm better than you are. Self-loathing says, I should be better. But it comes from the same thing, a self-focus. Eeyore is a sinner, as am I, as are you. But what is at the center of sin? Well, it's I. And I is also at the center of pride. Pride, the bad kind of pride, can look like humility, but it's a false humility, like Eeyore demonstrates. All right, enough about Eeyore. I apologize if he's a cherished character of yours and I'm defaming him. I won't talk about Eeyore anymore. Let's talk about me. But wait a minute. Wouldn't that be selfish ambition? I don't even know anymore.